so this is my project that I built. It was quite fun. First time doing something of this scale with so many components in it. But basically what we've made here is an amplified ear. And this allows us, this little 3mm socket that we've got right here, kind of allows us to plug in pretty much any headphone. For now I've got these solo headphones, and let's go ahead and just kind of get these unwound here, and we'll plug it in. First of all, let's put the headphones on. Now, like I said, you can use any 3mm headphone, and this right here, we've got our power source, our switch right there, connected to our 1.5 volt AA battery. This right here, we got our potentiometer, and so we can control the volume. Now it's up all the way. Let's just plug this in right here, and then you can turn on this power button here, and you can't hear it, but in the headphones when I do that, it makes a little click sound when I do that. Now, so let's go over the different components that we've got in here. So for P1 is our potentiometer. This is actually a 22 kilo ohm potentiometer. And like I said, all we use it for is just our volume control here. And then for resistors, we've got a whole bunch of resistors, many different resistances, including 10 kilo ohm, 1 mega ohm, 47 kilo ohm, 100 kilo ohm, 39 kilo ohm, 1.5 kilo ohm, 100 ohm, and I think that's it for the resistors, but they are set up according to the schematic that we've got here. Let me see if I can show you our schematic right here. There we go. And all those little squiggly lines we've got right here, these are the different resistors, and it'll show you which resistor goes where. And going back to here, so those are our resistors. And then we've got these polyester capacitors, these little tall blue things here, and those ones are actually 100 NF and rated as a 63 volt. And then we've also got our 1 UF, it's also 63 volt polyester capacitor, and we've got a 10 UF 25 volt electric capacitor. That would be these little ones right here. And then we've got a 470 25 volt capacitor, and then that's this one right here. I think this one, yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the camera here, but that says 470 UF. And then we've got our diodes, which are just little tiny, actually there's only one diode on here, really small. Let's see if I can zoom in on that here. Right there. It's kind of a bit orange with the black lines on it. Let's zoom back out here. And then that one is actually a 75 volt, 100 milliamps diode. And then we've got our transistors. We've got let's see, where was it here? They're both 45 volt transistors. One is 100 milliamps, the other one is 800 milliamps. And those are going to be, where did they go? Let's see. Yep, these are these ones right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me turn the light back on in here, sorry. Light censored lights. There we go. Let's leave those on here. And then, see, we got the transistors. Also, we use, for this project, it only called for one miniature electric microphone. However, I tried just one, and the sound didn't come out so good, so I hooked up instead all three that came in the package. Just basically hooked them up in a series right there. And then this kind of broke off, but it connects to this resistor right here. And then whenever I touch it to this end of the resistor, you can actually hear sounds. It's the microphones on this aren't very good quality, so you won't pick up very many sounds, but you can definitely hear when you touch you can hear this little tapping. Oh, come on, get it. So yeah, I can hear tapping right here. And funny thing is, I can also hear the rubbing of the wires in my earphones. Pretty cool. Anyway, so going back here, those are our little miniature electret microphones. And then we've got our switch, our SPST switch right here. You can get this at Radio Shack. They're pretty cheap. However, there's not enough voltage to actually turn this little light on, I found out, but it'll still work. Just the little LED light won't come on. And then we've got our stereo 3mm jack. Very simple. You just hook it up to these resistors and one to the power supply there. And then we've got basically the juice or power of our component is this little 1.5 volt AA battery. And I didn't have a little socket to put it in, so just kind of soldered the ends on there as best as I could. Let's see if I can. There we go. So you can kind of see the soldering job I did there, positive and negative sides, and it's pretty stable, so it won't come off. But if you need to ever change the battery, it's just easy. Just heat up the solder just a little bit and you can take it right off, put a new one right in. So that's the top part of our board, and you can see on the back here soldering is getting better, but we had this one wire back here where it had to cross over quite a few, so we had to use some insulation. Just basically stripped one of my insulated wires and used that. And then this side right down here we've got is our ground. Kind of made a little label there so I'd remember. It's a good thing to do if you don't want to get your components confused. Make a little mark to tell you which side is ground and which one is not. Very helpful again. So we've got our switch, our battery, we've got the headphone jack, we've got the potentiometer, and a bunch of various other components all hooked up to our ground wire. And that is just one wire running across the bottom here. And it does not attach to anything except for the components that attach to it. So that's about that. And then, so yeah, let's turn this back on here. Come on. There we go. So basically this device, the purpose of it, like it said, is a amplified ear. And it's supposed to be meant for hearing sounds like up to 7 meters. Like it said, on the website, it said it could actually, you can hear like a whisper from 7 meters away, but I think just according to the type of microphone I got, the quality, it's not picking up very good of a sound. So in the near future, I hope to actually get rid of these 3 microphones and get better quality ones. I actually wanted to build this for the project, yes, but my main reason was my parents have a very hard time hearing their television, and it advertised that, oh, this will help you hear your TV. But again, like I said, until those microphones get until I get a better quality microphone on there, it's probably not going to allow us to do that even. But once we get that done, it should be able to work. And this, it's kind of large. I just made it large so we could view it better on the layout. But on the next part is to just basically condense all this down a bit and put it in a little wooden box that I have made and give that as like a little gift to my mom and one to my dad, because I still got a bunch of extra parts to use to build at least 5 of them. But yeah, so that's the purpose of this, and that's a little bit about this little circuit here, all the different components and what they do, and also the purpose. And that's my project. Hope you enjoyed.